My name is Jim Gloystein. I'm a volunteer at Trips for Kids, and I've been here volunteering for a little over a year. I've been associated with Trips for Kids for many years. It goes back to when Marilyn Price originally created the organization. I've been a bicyclist for 40 years, so I go back a long ways with all these parts and everything, and I always donated things to Trips for Kids. So there are two things I love to tinker with. One is bicycles and the other one is computers. And fortunately I was able to make a living off of tinkering with computers, a very successful living, and retired a couple years ago. So naturally my other passion needs to be fulfilled, which is tinkering with bikes. And what better place to do it with Trips for Kids. When I was a kid, I used to ride my bike everywhere. And even in high school, when I was a Boy Scout, we took trips on it. And when I got to college, I had a roommate that went out in those funny shorts and had a really nice bicycle. And of course, once I rode with him once, I was hooked. I saw an article by LeBron James just last week that he credits a bicycle to part of his freedom and his ability to get out of the inner city. And of course, he's a very successful basketball player. But it's interesting how successful people, I should say, seem to gravitate towards bicycles, and I consider that Trips for Kids to be a very successful nonprofit, and they've done a marvelous job at integrating with the community. And so put all those things together, and my opportunity to work with them has really been very fulfilling. I think there's what kids should get from bicycling is a sense of empowerment for freedom. You can go anywhere. You can also have a sense of fitness and things that you can do. I used to run a lot. I used to run with all of the runners up on Mount Tam, but my knees couldn't take it. But I can cycle for 50 years and not have a problem. So first of all, bicycling teaches you discipline in terms of riding in groups, and it also is a marvelous way to exercise. For me, traveling, I've been able to ride in places I never imagined. Of course, many of them you can drive a car, but some you can't, so it's a great highway. But I think bicycling just gives kids all sorts of new opportunities to see the world in different ways. Oh boy, I wish I had more formal training as a bike mechanic. I probably am in the 85% category. I'll never forget, my father showed me how to adjust bearings on my bicycle when I was 5 or 6 years old, and I never forgot that. That was like the beginning for me. And so don't be afraid to tinker. You may break things, but you can always fix things. And you'd be surprised how many adults don't even know the first thing of how to maintain their bikes. And there's a lot of community programs for that they can attend. But I think, the bike mechanic needs to have sort of a passion and a curiosity about things, because these days they're actually becoming much more complex than they used to be. So in the short time I've been with Trips for Kids, I've seen them make monumental leaps in presenting themselves. I think that transcends the whole organization, that it's a very people-focused thing. Even though we deal with bikes and parts and realities of spreadsheets and stuff like that, it's a people contact business, and that's the most important thing.